Hello everybody and welcome to the first ever forecast of DJ's Severe Weather Center here. And today we will be doing the first ever forecast on the channel here. This is in regards to the southern winter storm that is coming up on the weekend. We're going to go through where and when it's going to come through, snow totals, and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and get right into it. This is the GFS model for the south central United States, including Texas, New Mexico, Arklatex, Oklahoma, southern Kansas, and southeastern Colorado, portions of New Mexico, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Missouri, Kentucky, and Illinois. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So now I do want to give a quick little disclaimer. This is the GFS model, which is not an accurate model, and it is not a very accurate model, but it does give an idea of what could possibly happen. I tend to follow the European model better because it gives a better understanding and is more accurate. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. This is Thursday, very clear. Some spotty showers start to come in. Snow starts to move in from Colorado. And then it gets spotty over Oklahoma, near the Arklatex area. And then through south central Kansas. And then it slowly starts to move through. And then it quickly intensifies on Saturday. And do realize this is kind of what the European model also shows. It hangs around for a really long time before it moves out, and this is going to be the factor of significant travel impacts. So let's go ahead and take a look at the European model to see if we get something similar or around the same thing. Periodic Friday, low pressure dominating. We have a low pressure system sitting in southeastern New Mexico. And then here we are is when it starts to form something here. And then we got a small snow shower back in north central Oklahoma. And then we do have some mixed precipitation going on near Wichita Falls, Texas, around in the Red River Valley. And here we are. And then right around here is when it starts to intensify. Snow and mixed precipitation begins in New Mexico. Low pressure, 1,008 millibars dominating southeastern Colorado. We got this little band extending from Wichita, including Wichita Falls, Dallas, and Fort Worth, and including the DFW airport. So if you have plans to leave this weekend, probably hold off your travel plans because this might get intense. And as we take a look, most of Oklahoma has some snow. Southeastern and southern Kansas has some. Southwestern Missouri, northwestern Arkansas, the Arklatex area has some freezing rain, and then central Arkansas has some snow going through. So here we are, about 6 a.m. Saturday, still trying to, intensify itself. And then this is around lunchtime Saturday, people going out for lunch. Well, we probably won't be going out for lunch because there'll probably still be snow falling. We'll have a giant area of freezing rain falling from central Alabama back through extreme southeastern and eastern New Mexico, and a big giant slew of snow in portions of Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, Colorado, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, and Arkansas. And then it starts to clear out at about bedtime on Saturday, and then going into Sunday, it's still lingering around Sunday. Still got a huge band of freezing rain from central Tennessee back through Houston, Shreveport, Jackson, Mississippi, Oxford, Mississippi, and Florence, Alabama, and then slowly still moving its way out. And right here a little bit of a heavy band near Jackson, Mississippi. Some snow bands still moving through the Arctic Latex area and extreme southeastern Oklahoma, portions of Illinois, Missouri, and Kentucky as well as Memphis, Tennessee, maybe even Nashville, Tennessee. And then it slowly moves out of the area and into the southeast. Let's go ahead and look at the GFS model for the southeastern United States. Who and where will see the most impacts. So here we are on Friday at around 9 a.m. Got some rain showers, and then this is around 1800. This is around 6 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday. The kids will be getting home from school. Kids will be getting off the bus, probably already at home. And then this is going into Saturday. Starts moving into Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, and Georgia, a little bit of South Carolina and North Carolina, and then still continuing to move through. However, the GFS model does show more sleet than freezing rain, or a mix than freezing rain. There's freezing rain in this little sliver here, but it's not. The GFS does show more of a wintry mix through here instead of freezing rain. Lingers around for a while, and then the GFS does show snow on the backside of this coming through northern and northeast Georgia, upstate South Carolina, western North Carolina, and most of North Carolina. Still moving its way out, and then it'll become clear with high pressure dominating. And here is the European model of this. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Euro models and see what the European models show. Here we are Friday, got some spotty showers, still very cold, and then, oh no, I want to take a look at this. We got some spotty wintry mix going on here in northwest Georgia, extreme western North Carolina, and in a little portion of extreme southeastern Tennessee. And here we are going into Saturday morning. And it looks like it won't hit. It looks like it won't hit around until about the afternoon hours of 6 p. Of Saturday. Looks like it's going to mainly. It's going to be. Looks like it's going to be snow, wintry mix, and then that freezing rain coming in. But it does look like that freezing rain will be the main threat on Sunday. And as we can see, that wintry mix and snow trying to make its way down into North Georgia, but unable to get there due to the freezing rain. As you can see, all the way back from Texas all the way through North Carolina, we'll see this. Like I said, this will create hazardous conditions like icy roads. Could even cause some pile-ups if people are out driving, which nobody should be driving in this anyway. But people do, and I don't see why. But only, and I will say this, only travel if you absolutely and necessarily have to. Like if you need. Like, if you run out of gas, you need to go out and get gas or batteries, maybe. But then again, some stores may not even be open, so you may be out of luck there. But going on with the model, still lingering around Sunday. And then, like we said, and this one doesn't show snow on the backside of it as it moves through. It shows freezing rain, and then it moves out. However, it doesn't show high pressure dominating after that. But now let's go ahead and look at the potential snowfall totals. Disclaimer once again, this is the GFS model. This is an unofficial model, so we really don't know. So let's go ahead and get right into it. As you can see, obviously there's 0 inches here. And then some starts to come over here around Indiana, Illinois, and Missouri. This is Friday. Snow totals start to come in. As you can see, we got 1.5 inches over here in the Panhandle of Texas. We got just a little over over half an inch near Oklahoma City. We got about a quarter of an inch over here around Albuquerque. As you can see, and then right around Little Rock, we get to around 6 inches, and then in the Red River Valley, we get about 1.9 to 4 inches. Look at that, we got about 3.5 inches forecasted in Wichita Falls. And look at that, we got about 2.5 inches back over in Oklahoma City. And still taking a look at that, we're already at 8.5, over 8.5 inches of total snow around Little Rock. So the snow totals will still increase significantly, and this is going to be the aftermath. Look at this. We could have nearly 20 inches of snow around the Red River Valley, and then even 19.2 over here in Little Rock, Arkansas. This is unbelievable. But let's go ahead and take a look at the Euro models and see what they show of this. So here we are, the European model. This will be the more accurate model. This will be the more accurate model, as you can see. This is what the European model currently shows. As you can see with the Euro models, it does show about 1.7 near Oklahoma City, just about half an inch around Little Rock, and then light dustings in the Panhandle of Texas. And we will possibly see about a light dusting to about an inch around Albuquerque, New Mexico. Continuing to go in, we do get to about 2.5 inches near Oklahoma City and Norman, about 2.5 over here near Little Rock. And then continuing the models, we do get this around Little Rock will increase about 3.5 inches of snow, and then we'll get about a light glaze and a dusting around Wichita Falls, the Red River Valley. Then we get to about 2.5 inches in the Panhandle of Texas near Amarillo, and then that will slowly melt away. But now let's go ahead and look at the snow totals for the southern United States, including the European. This is the GFS. So here we are. Snow total starting to show up in Alabama, and the GFS tends to maybe even just a little bit over exaggerate the models. As you can see, it's showing it's kind of lining up with the European. But this is where we are at about Monday. And look at that. We've even got about 32.7 inches of snow reported in East Tennessee. We will get about about 2 inches in around just north of Atlanta here in northern Georgia, maybe even 6 inches. And then the snow totals will continue to climb, but that's really what we all have for now. Thank you guys for watching this video, the very first forecast. Let me know what I should improve, what you found perfect in this video, and how should I continue these, and how long do you think these should actually be? But like I said, just let me know how I did in the comments below, and I will see y'all in the next one.